Have you ever felt like you could handle life on your own, only to realize you were lost, afraid, and far from home? This is the story of two dogs, Gypsy and Snowball, and how their choices reveal a powerful truth about our relationship with God. Gypsy was the bold one, strong, independent, always eager to explore. She loved the thrill of running beyond the yard, chasing after whatever caught her eye. Her master called her back, but she ignored him. After all, she could take care of herself. Snowball was different. She was small, cautious, and always stayed near her master's feet. She listened when he called, never straying too far, trusting that he knew what was best. Then one day, Gypsy saw an opening in the fence. The call of the wild was too tempting. She sprinted through, convinced she could find her way back later. But as the sun set and the familiar landmarks faded, she realized she was lost. Fear set in. The night was cold. The world was unfamiliar, and no amount of strength could guide her home. She longed for her master's voice, but she had run too far to hear it. Meanwhile, back at home, Snowball rested safely, curled up beside the one who had always cared for her. But here's the beauty of the story. Gypsy's master never gave up on her. He searched for her, calling her name, longing to bring her home. And when he finally found her, weak and exhausted, he didn't scold her. He picked her up, carried her home, and restored her place by his side. How often are we like Gypsy, thinking we can navigate life on our own? We ignore God's voice, chase after our own desires, and before we know it, we're lost. But just like Gypsy's master, God never stops pursuing us. In Luke 15:4, Jesus says, "Suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Doesn't he leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it?" No matter how far we've strayed, God is always calling us home. The question is, will we listen? Will we trust him like Snowball, staying close? Or will we wander like Gypsy, only to realize we were never meant to do this alone? Come home. The Father is waiting.